Saludos amigos, Cashier, President and CEO of realestateandlosterenas.com. Okay guys, so I'm sitting here on my beautiful terrace enjoying an absolutely picture perfect day here in sunny, beautiful Playa Bonita, Las Terrenas. And I was doing a little bit of thinking. I was on the phone with some clients a little bit earlier. Actually, a client today from New York that I was talking to, and he's thinking about Las Terrenas. Something I've been getting a lot of lately is people saying they want to buy land and they want to build. Okay, totally respect it, totally understand it. However, here's my thoughts on the topic. Okay guys, welcome back. So today we're going to do a quick video on my experience, my reasons. Now keep in mind guys, these are my reasons. These are reasons that I've experienced firsthand, decisions and thoughts that as I look back in hindsight, and I look at the decisions I've made to get to the point I'm at today, a year later, I'm going to share with you these thoughts. Doesn't mean they're right, doesn't mean they're wrong. It's just my thoughts, my experiences, and that's what this channel is all about. I want to share those with you. You guys make your decisions, and for now, I just want you guys to know exactly what I've experienced, what I've learned, and you do with it as you see fit. Okay guys, so what we're talking about today is, initially when I came down, the mindset my entire time before coming down here was I want to find land and I want to build. That was it, period. I wanted to build. I understand the construction business, I understand the design, I understand how to do those things as I've done them back home, specifically related to my businesses that I own, operate, and run. However, I was dead set that this is what I want to do here. As I look back a year later, I've learned a few lessons, and I think those lessons are those are the lessons I want to share with you guys today. As you guys know, I'm into pre-construction here. Personally, I'm also brokering numerous deals for many clients all around the world, finding the right projects, developers that we believe in, and projects we believe in. That's all we're going to bring you is projects we believe in. That being said, had I chosen a different path, I don't feel I would be enjoying the quality of life or the success that I'm enjoying today. Okay, so let's run into the top 8 reasons why I believe, personally, I believe you should maybe go another path if this is your first time diving into this market. Okay, so let's start with reason number 1. Very simple, very clean. You'll be able to understand this one, okay? Number 1 reason, good parcels of land are sold. They are gone. When I got here a year ago, there were some really good opportunities. There was one specifically right in front of Playa Bonita that I was looking at, and no more than a couple weeks later, it was gone. Okay, so great opportunities are very, very hard to find. When you are finding a great opportunity that you believe is a great opportunity, then you must ask yourself, why is that still on the market? Is there title issues? Is there some hidden issues in that property that is causing this to still be on the market? As you know, there's no shortage of real estate agents in this city, or in the world per se. So there's absolutely no reason for a great piece of property to be sitting on the market for a great price in today's market, globally speaking. Anywhere you go, including Canada. In Canada, the market is hot. Properties are moving. Las Terrenas is absolutely no exception. Properties are going, great properties are gone. So my experience says, if you find a great piece of property that is too good to be true, keep in mind guys, the old adage holds true, it just might not be true. So very hard to find a great piece of land in a great location to do a great project, whether it's 6 units, 12 units, 18 units, or 439 units. Whatever that is, not easy to find. Okay, that's reason number 1. Reason number 2, pretty straightforward, but I think sometimes we forget this in our excitement, anticipation of going into a new project in a new country, in paradise like Las Terrenas. Okay, the second reason is you need to understand the culture. Okay, when we're coming from North America, a lot of my clients are Dominican. They're born in the Dominican Republic. They've moved to New York, to New Jersey, like the client I mentioned earlier that I was talking to today. He's been in New York his whole life since he's been 9 years old. You need to understand not just the culture of the Dominican Republic, but you need to start to understand the culture of a place like Las Terrenas, okay? As you know, this is a cosmopolitan city. The French, the Italian, the Europeans started coming here 40, 50, 60 years ago, and they started developing this place. It has a unique culture other than Santo Domingo or Santiago or Cabarete. It's totally different. You need to understand where you are going to do a project, where you're going to buy land and potentially build. So you need to understand the culture. Had I decided to do what I wanted to do initially, I feel it would have been very difficult. Complete lack of understanding of the culture. A year later, I'm still learning. So I'm still learning things. They do things different. It's not to say it's good or it's bad. It's just different, and you need to understand. You need to climatize yourself, your mind, to the culture. Number 2, very, very important. Keep that in mind. All right, guys. Number three is you need to also understand the building process. There is a process in place for building. Of course, I have builder friends in Canada. I have builder friends in the US. They've built numerous properties. They've done multifamily. They've done apartment buildings. Guess what, guys? It's different in this part of the world. It's different in any part of the world. So don't get caught up in the fallacy that you build at home, you build in North America, and therefore you understand how to build here. It's not to say that you can't build here, but don't take it for granted that you got the process down. Everything is different. There's different departments that need to approve your project. There's different people working in those departments that you will not know. There's just so many variables at play in the building process that you need to understand. Now, let's say you guys, my subscribers are very intelligent and they've researched Confiture and they understand Confiture. Now, say you want to do a 20-unit building or 40-unit building, what have you, and you want Confiture. Add another layer onto that, okay? Confiture being the tax advantages that you would get as a builder, but also that you could pass on to your buyers. So another complexity that you need to be in tune with and understand. This stuff takes time, okay? It takes time, and I plead with you to understand that it takes time and respect that, okay? Understand the building process. Don't just read a book. You can't learn this stuff by just reading a book, okay? You need to live it. You need to understand it. You need to watch it. You need to talk to people. You need to speak to qualified people. You need to talk to lawyers. You need to talk to architects. You need to do your research. Don't just buy. Don't come in here thinking you want to buy land and I want to build. I know what I'm doing. Don't worry about it, cash. I know exactly what I'm doing. You may know what you're doing back home. It is going to be different here. Just buy yourself some time. You go slow, as they like to say here, tranquilo, don't rush in, okay? And don't feel pressure from anybody that's pushing you to rush in. If somebody says, this deal is amazing, you have to buy, if there's something wrong, hang up, call us. You're not gonna get that sort of treatment from us, I assure you, because I know the feeling. I've been here for a year and I had the same dreams as you may have, wanting to buy land and build. Okay, guys, so we are on to number 4. I'm gonna give you the 4th reason of why I believe you need to put the brakes on the dream of buying land and building, okay? Again, I'm sharing my reasons with you. These are not in a textbook anywhere. These are just coming from my brain, my last 12 months of experience living here, well, going on to 13 now. I'm just sharing these thoughts, the emotions that surrounded my vision of what I thought I wanted to do. So the number 4 reason is give yourself some time to build a power circle. Okay, I have a good friend here that I cite often. His name is Hector. He's from the UK. He's a good friend, and he's from the same industry as me back home. He still has operating nightclubs, bars, and restaurants over there. Very similar to myself. However, he's here with his entire family. He's gonna be doing some big projects, and he always said to me, he's got about 4 years, maybe more on me, of living here, and he said, create a circle of people that you can trust, okay? Create your power team. Totally makes sense, exactly what I've been reading in the books that I love to read, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Dale Carnegie. All these things talk about building a circle of people, of professionals that you can lean on and that you can trust. Okay, guys, guess what? With my point number 4, that doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen over a phone call. It doesn't happen over an introduction. That takes time. That means you have to trust people. And in order to trust people, There's a two-way street here, and I'm going to explain that. In order to trust people, you need to put in the time. A relationship takes time, okay? You date. First you meet, you date. You have your trials and tribulations through dating. Either you make it through or not, you get engaged. And then you make it either through engagement or not. And then at some point in the future, you decide to get married, okay? Once you're married, you're in. Same thing with buying land. Once you buy the land, you're in, you're committed, you better make it work. Okay, so same theory holds true here. When you're gonna create a power circle, what am I referring to? Bankers, lawyers, architects, tax advisors, builders, other developers, marketers, promoters, brokers like myself. You're gonna develop this over time. It's not gonna be quick. And if it's quick, you're gonna make some mistakes. I assure you, you're gonna make some mistakes there. So it takes time. I'm gonna say at minimum, it's gonna take you a year. Play it safe, 2 years, okay? So had I dived in right away, the people that I was talking to when I first got here are no longer part of my circle. Things change, they evolve. It's a very fluid situation, okay? So things are gonna change, and if you don't develop that circle, you're asking for trouble. In one way or another, you're going to get yourself into a jam, and you're gonna wish you had taken it slow. So build that circle. Now, there's another component, like I said, remind me later, this is the part. Not just for you to trust them, but they also need to trust you, okay? It takes time. A relationship with lawyers, bankers, architects, engineers, brokers, all of that takes time, okay? You can only do that back and forth with multiple transactions, multiple conversations, and that working relationship becomes stronger and stronger. And when the time comes and you find that perfect piece of land because you've invested time and effort into finding it, and an opportunity comes, you're ready with your circle. Your circle, your team, they go to work, and you create a successful project. You buy land, create a successful building, a successful commercial development, and you reap the rewards of that. You rush into it, you don't get the chance to build that power circle, okay? Very important, number 4. Okay guys, so I'm on to number 5. Number 5 is so important, and it's all over the news, it's all over CNBC, all over CNN. It is absolutely no secret across the world. COVID has caused a spike, an absolute spike in construction materials. Okay, now as I mentioned, I have been here over a year now. Had I decided to dive into the project that I did dive into, I would have been subjected to that massive spike in construction materials. 60, 70% have been the inclines that some people are experiencing, if not more. Okay, this is a global phenomenon. This has to do with inflation. I talk about inflation a lot. Inflation is just burying your dollars right now. You don't even, well, people are pretty aware it's happening. We're at 30, 40-year highs. I don't know what the last reports were there, but construction materials are through the roof, okay? So not only are you paying an arm and a leg to get construction materials, but you're now also waiting forever to get it. So you need to factor in these kind of global situations. So now I'm going to look back and I'm going to say a year, let's say almost 13 months ago, if I would have dove in and bought this piece of land, I would not have had any of the 5 things that I've already mentioned, any of the 4 things I've already mentioned in place. I would have known nobody. I wouldn't have understood the culture. I wouldn't have understood, I wouldn't have a power circle. I would have nothing. And I would have been now also subjected to a quote that was given to me from a builder or a developer that was going to do the project that now had to go up 60%. Okay, most of you, when you're coming into this market, you're not coming with millions. You're coming with hundreds of thousands, not hundreds of millions, and every dollar counts, okay? Do not subject yourself to a situation like that where you come and you buy land and you checked out all the other things and you believe it's the right choice and you've got this master plan in your head of how you're going to build this 8-unit building. What I was going to do personally, and I'll explain that really quick, I want to build a 6-unit building, and I wanted to take the top 2 floors, make it a penthouse, and I wanted to have 4 units that I would either sell off or I was going to rent out for an income. That was the game plan, okay? As great as that sounds, not reality for me at that time. And thank God, when I say thank God I didn't do it, these are some of the reasons. Because I would have been subjected to this global increase in construction material, okay? Hand in hand with that, as you know, you're watching my videos and other videos that are out there, Las Terrenas has taken off. And I'm going to do a video on that. I'm going to explain exactly why I believe that's happening. But Las Terrenas has taken off like everywhere else in the world. I believe Las Terrenas is taking off more so than other Caribbean destinations. However, as that happens, labor is harder to find. Okay, so you're not able to find the really talented people that have been doing construction for a long time, that are highly reputable, highly recommended. Those people have been swallowed up by big developers. Developers that have already created their circle, that already have people that they can trust, that already understand the market, that understand the culture. Those people have already consumed all of the top-notch builders, and those people are spoken for, okay? That is my general understanding as I look at this market. Now, you're going to be paying top dollar for labor now, okay? Relatively speaking, again, guys, keep in mind, this is all just relative. I'm comparing today to 3 years ago. You're gonna be paying top dollar to get people that might be subpar at doing the job. You're going to suffer when it comes to that, okay? There's gonna be construction delays, workmanship might be questionable, accountability might be questionable, so many variables that you're gonna be subjected to if you were building. If I was building in this market, which I would still be probably building, because the project, there is another project in that location that's still being built. I would say they're about 6 months away. So this would have been a year and a half of my life consumed with building this project and dealing with the headaches of building in a very unpredictable market where prices are skyrocketing. It just would have been very, very difficult, okay? So that is my number 5 reason to be careful, okay? Construction prices are going up. Nobody knows when they're gonna stop going up, and nobody knows how long it's gonna take to get your construction materials, causing delays, causing issues, causing aggravation, loss of time and money, okay? So that is number 5. Okay guys, so I am now on to number 6. Number 6, this stuff costs a lot of money, okay? When I started crunching the numbers, and that was one of the reasons I pulled back, it was you have to buy the land, you have to do the plans, and I've gotten different friends that are in that business and for something similar to what I wanted to do. I don't know, again, you know, get your information precisely from, you know, the actual quotes, but what I'm saying is I've been hearing anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000 to $40,000 to get plans in place, okay? Now those plans can take months. Depending on who's doing your architectural plans, the more you're paying, the quicker stuff happens, no different than anywhere else in the world. Money talks. So if you're coming with a tight budget, you're gonna be in trouble. You need to be liquid. You need to be able to sustain delays. Stuff costs a lot of money. Construction. If you are not paying as you go, you're going to be in trouble. Construction stops. Nobody's on your job site. Now you've got people that are working at another job site. Now it's taking forever to get them back. Now you're falling in this vicious circle of trying to get people back that have already left because you were a few weeks delayed on a loan payment or something along those lines that causes delays. Again, you need a lot of money, okay? Then you start your construction, okay? There could be permit issues, there could be unforeseen issues, there could be a spike of 60% in construction material. Imagine that. That's what everybody just experienced in the last year, okay? So anything could happen and you need to be liquid to be able to do it. So if you think, okay, I'm gonna find this piece of land for $100,000 and I'm gonna build this house for $200,000 and everything's gonna go perfect, maybe in a single family build might be different, okay? When you're starting to go into multi-family type of units, you better be liquid and you better be ready. Even in a single family, if you're building a single family, you better be ready and you better be liquid, and it's going to cost you a lot of money. So be prepared for that. For budget, you must be prepared for the worst situation. So these, you know, guys, I was just having this call talk with the client today, and this is kind of what we went over. Very, very, very important that you guys consider all of those reasons why. As I look back in hindsight, and I'm so appreciative, and this is coming from experience, this is not me sitting back in Canada and talking about, this is me living here, buying pre-construction, buying projects, and selling a couple projects as well, okay? And now I've brokered God knows how many deals here in Las Terrenas. So, you know, this is coming firsthand experience as a broker, but also as somebody that is doing and living and dreaming, having the same dreams as you guys. Now, I don't want to squash all dreams out there, and I don't want to say, no, you can't do it, it's impossible. I'm just saying, give it time. Make sure you're ready. Just listen to my points. And, you know, to each his own. If you don't agree with any of my points and you think you got it, go for it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Just understand the risks, understand some of the things that I've experienced, some of the things that I've been able to interpret and understand throughout time. And if it helps you, great. That's what this channel is all about. It's about love where you live. And to love where you live, you don't want to create a huge, massive problem for yourself. You don't want to create unnecessary burdens. You don't want to put stresses on your family life. You don't want to take, let's say if you're leaving Canada and you're heading over here, you're leaving the US because you don't like how chaotic it is, you don't like the rat race anymore, last thing you want to do is create the same thing over here for yourself, okay? And diving into something, not prepared, buying land, thinking we're going to build, and doing all these massive projects without any of those other things covered, you could be in some trouble. Keep that in mind, guys. Okay, so in closing, what I want to say is there's a reason I decided to do pre-construction. I really like pre-construction. I think pre-construction is a safe entryway for you to get into this market here in Las Terrenas. That's what I've personally done. If it's not pre-construction, new construction. In Playa Bonita, where I've purchased, where I'm sitting right now, this is new construction. It wasn't brand new, but it was within the last couple of years. It checked off all the boxes that I wanted. I wanted oceanfront, I wanted Playa Bonita, as you guys know I love it. I wanted 2 floors, I wanted the space, I wanted to be up a little bit higher off the ground. I got everything I wanted. New construction, I still have some confiture left in this deal as well, which is amazing. But pre-construction is a safe path to go, okay? It's a very safe path, as long as touch base with somebody like myself, okay? I assure you we're gonna give you the blatant truth. We're going to tell you exactly how it is because we've been in your shoes, and I understand how it feels when you cannot get a clear picture. You're not sure if it's a right move or not, and it's hard to work with someone if they haven't done exactly what you want to do. So when it comes to pre-construction, we've done it multiple times now. We've got a strong network of people that support us, that do the checks and balances for you. We've got my good friends over at Guzman Ariza, Vladimir, a big shout out. He will make sure, he will do all the checks. He will check the title. He'll check for third-party litigation. He'll make sure taxes are paid. He'll make sure all that stuff is done, okay? It's not something I do. That's something he's going to do for you. I'm going to give you some advice on how I believe I would play what you want to do when you come into this market, what projects you should go into, what projects I would invest into personally, which projects I have actually invested into, and kind of the future, what I think is going to happen. And I'm just going to give you the honest truth, and that's kind of what this channel is about. Okay, guys, I know you guys really appreciate it. I really appreciate the support that you guys are giving us. We're spreading the dream here. Everybody, North America is a tough place right now. The first world countries are a tough place to live right now. They're over-regulated, over-scrutinized, so many different things that are going on. Inflation, as I mentioned, is through the roof. Quality of life is suffering, and it's time, okay? It's time for you guys to love where you live. If you want to get in this market, there's a great project coming up, a few different great projects here in Playa Bonita. I've got Serenity. That's an amazing, amazing project for the right investor, somebody that wants to move down here. That's a great project. You can get in as low as $205,000, okay? So great opportunity. It'll be done in August. And then we've also got recently announced the Reef, okay? The Reef is 439 apartments. 439 apartments. That is an oceanfront community here in Playa Bonita as well. Okay, we are representing that. We're very proud to be representing them and bringing you those opportunities as well. Okay, so reach out on either one of those. We'll get you connected. We'll get you talking to the developer directly. Ask all the questions you want. Just understand what you're getting into here when you get ready to buy property here in Las Terrenas. If you want to buy land, do it, but understand the risk associated. I strongly suggest go the pre-construction route, play it safe, ease your way into it, ease your way in with payments. You make payments throughout the construction process, and very often than not, you're getting tax advantages there, and you're getting warranties that are so important, and you're also getting some, for example, the Reef is a fully furnished apartment for that price too. Starting at $199. All the $199s are now sold out, but we're at the $260 range now. So guys, that's it for right now. I hope this video helps you guys. If you like what I'm doing here, please remember, like, subscribe, and share. And if you're heading out here, send me a message, 1519-980-4002. Again, 1519-980-4002. Shoot me a message, and let's talk. You know, let's show you what Las Terrenas is all about. I'll explain the opportunities and the risks and everything else in between. Okay, guys, thanks for your time, and have a great day. love where you live. Visit us at www.realestateinlasterrenas.com or WhatsApp me personally at 1-519-567-1785. See you soon.